Failing to manage your anger? Is your anger leading to a variety of problems like throwing things, saying things you regret, threatening or fighting with your family members or co-workers, yelling at your kids, sending rash emails or messages, then developing some health problems, or even resorting to some kind of physical violence? Welcome everyone to my channel. I am Priyanka and I am a mental health professional. So, there is nothing to worry because it is one of the most normal and expressive kind of emotion. But you need to know how to deal with appropriately. See, uncontrolled and frequent anger outbursts affect our health and our relationship with others. So, if anger is suppressed for a longer period, then it can be harmful. Chronic anger can lead to many health hazards like heart conditions, headache, skin disorders, and digestive disorders. They also tend to cause high blood pressure and can be harmful in the long run. Managing our anger doesn't mean never getting angry, but instead it involves like how to cope with it, how to recognize our anger, and it also helps us to deal with it very effectively and also in some productive manner, and also helps us to express our anger. So now I am going to discuss some of the anger management techniques. So the first point is reframe your thinking. So it's a kind of anger self-talks, I would say. Now I'm going to give some examples like how our anger can increase and how it can decrease by reframe our thinking. Example number 1. Trigger. My mother yells at me. Thoughts. She always blames me for everything. I hate that. Feelings. Anger. Behavior. I talk back to my mom. Consequence. No. TV tonight.
Decreased anger. Trigger. My mother yells at me. Thoughts. She's having a bad day. Feelings. I feel sorry for her having to work so hard. Behavior. I tell her I am sorry. Consequence. No problem. Second example. Someone has made a mistake. Aggressive response. You stupid fool, look what you have done. You have ruined my whole day with your stupidity. More effective response. I feel extremely annoyed that you forgot to send that message. It is going to cause me a great deal of difficulty. Could you please make sure that it will not happen again in future?
So in the second example, we should have to be very firm and we should have to talk in a very respectful tone. So what happens in the second example is that in the aggressive response, you have certainly communicated the anger to the person. You have also blamed them and verbally abused them. In the later response, you have stated your annoyance, which is directed not at the person but at their actions. You have expressed your feelings clearly and you stated that you want to try to resolve the problem. So now I'm going to show a chart where I'll divide it into two sections. One part I'll show some anger encouraging self-talk, and in the other section I'm going to show some anger reducing self-talk. So I hope that this will be helpful to some extent to reduce our anger. To manage our anger, at first we need to think and ask ourselves like, what is going on? What is happening to me? How am I feeling right now? Then calm down, count to 10. It can be like backward or forward counting based on your interest. Then take some slow and deep breaths. Then act on it and tell yourself that you can handle it and there is no need to lose control. You can handle the situation or manage the situation very effectively. If this also doesn't work, then you can leave the situation and long enough to calm yourself down and think of a better way to handle the situation. So the next point is about timeout method. So in this timeout method, take a short break and come back again later to talk about the issue. This method is a must for people who are very short-tempered, or we can say short-fused. The next is the relaxation methods and exercise. So I would like to suggest to do some slow breathing exercises, do some yoga, meditation, and other kinds of exercises that you like. And also you can schedule some breaks and holidays in between, because activity reduces our stress, which might help to improve our frustration and tolerance. Additionally, exercise also allows us to clear our mind. The next point is talk to somebody. So this somebody can be your family member, your close friend, or your partner with whom you like to share your thoughts, opinions, views. But be careful, because your venting can backfire. So you have to vent your anger to feel better. But make sure that when are you going to talk to your friend, you are going to develop a solution and not just venting out. So the next point is create a relaxing and a calm down kit. If you tend to come home from work stress and take out your anger on your family, or you know that workplace meetings can cause you a lot of frustration, then you can create a calm down kit and relax yourself. Think about objects that help engage all your senses. When you can look, hear, see, smell, and touch calming things, you can obviously change your emotional state of mind. So a calm down kit can include a scented hand lotion, a picture of a serene landscape, some kind of spiritual passage that you can read aloud, few pieces of your favorite candy, some calming music and images, then guided meditation or instructions for breathing exercises could be stored in your smartphone. See, besides these techniques, there are also some other kinds of techniques, like for example, I'm giving here, if the person with whom we are angry, then we can just take a piece of paper and the pen, and we can write about the person, like on what basis or on what topic or because of what reasons we are angry on that person, and we can write about him in a piece of paper, and we can tear it into pieces, or also we can burn the paper to reduce our anger. The next one is that we can also visualize that person. For suppose, like I'm sitting here in front, we can keep one chair and we can visualize the person there with whom we are angry, and we can just scold that person, or we can also shout on that person because I'm angry on this topics. Yeah, it's a very nice kind of anger management technique. Then the next one is we can also have one boxing bag, and instead of that, if we don't have that, we can also use one teddy bear, big size of teddy bear, and on the kind of, we just have to visualize that, okay, this is the person with whom we are angry and I'm going to punch him now, okay, and we can punch that teddy bear or the boxing box and can vent out our emotions if there is no one in our life to share our feelings and emotions. So these are some of the tips and techniques of managing our anger. So I hope that my viewers liked my video, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.